Manchester United through to the last 8 of the Europa League. We kind of expected that, didn't we? Joining me is Stephen Howson. Steve, we were chatting before the game, me and you, and we thought it'd be a pretty boring, run-of-the-mill affair. Were we right?
Apart from Marcus's goal, we were bang on because we said, do you know what? No, we weren't, because Betis tried to make an event of it, didn't they? At least in the first half. But I said this has got 0-0 written all over it. And, bar Marcus's wonder goal, it did. But, yeah, I think we're being unfair on Betis there. Betis had a go, and for half an hour, made it look relatively entertaining. But, as soon as United nudged our way in front, or even the start of the second half, when they probably deep down realised we're not scoring 4 goals, it was over.
You mentioned there with Marcus's goal, because he actually missed a couple of, one sitter and one relatively easy chance. And then he does that. He's just having that season, isn't he? And hopefully it'll continue forever. Where, for me, it almost feels like at times he can score at will. I know that sounds crazy because obviously the players just can't just do that. But when we need a goal, when he needs a goal, he can get one. He did it in the home leg when we were struggling a bit, and he just gets on the ball and he scores a goal. It's just in that moment, isn't it?
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? Last season, prior seasons, Marcus's career was someone that was having, I believe, 0.8 shots on target a game, something like that. So not even a shot on target per game, on average. This season, it's not even 1.5, but it's over 1. And that alone could just be the difference. And so you're talking about 3 chances there. One he puts at the keeper, one he puts into tier 2, when he puts it at the bottom corner. And realistically, that's a pretty good return from a striker's shooting. Like, some people will be like, oh, you got to be clinical, you got to score every chance you get. Yeah, find me someone who does that, right? They don't exist. Cristiano Ronaldo on his 42-goal season was having 10 shots a game, right? 10 shots a game. We was giving him the volume, and he was putting 1 away a game, roughly. Like, when you see the likes of Harry Kane's a 4 or 5 shot a game guy, right? And not quite a goal a game kind of guy. So you got to give strikers chances. And, a good striker is going to get you 1 in 4. An amazing striker is getting you 1 in 3. I'm not sure what Marcus's return on average across the whole season is this year. It won't be 1 in 3. It's less than that. But it's as good as it's been. And it's certainly something that he can maintain. It's not like... if he was scoring with every other shot, you're like, yeah, that's not going to last. That's just not going to last. Like, you're getting that this season, maybe even wild that you get it across the whole season, not just a couple of months where everything came off. And the same way, Darwin Núñez is like fucking 12 shots per goal. That will not stay the same. That will come down drastically, and he'll start putting up some good numbers, because that's just the way football works. He'll end up about 1 in 4, 1 in 5, maybe even 1 in 6, but he'll be scoring a lot more goals than he is right now. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell, look at him. Look how well he's doing. He was always having the shots. So I think the problem with Marcus was he wasn't having the shots.
Yeah.
He either wasn't getting into the chance-creating positions or wasn't having chances created for him. That's the difference.
You've watched him since his academy days. Are you surprised at all what he's doing now? Because for me, he's playing better than he's ever played. Or did you always think that this is what he's capable of? It's just getting him to do it.
Marcus's finishing's always been quite ordinary, really. There was times that a big game stands out. I think it was QPR. I think he was 17. FA Youth Cup. He was going through one-on-one at will, like you see now from him. Blasting past that back line, or running off the shoulder or the back of the defence, either from the left or down the middle. Can't remember if he played down on the middle or on the left in that game. And he was getting into the box, getting to around the D, keepers coming out, and he was fucking ballooning it over the bar. And it happened 3 or 4 times in that game. That's why it stands out. But that would happen fairly often with him. But he'd also have the games where he'd cut in off the left and he'd smash one in. He was a good player. There was probably about 5 or 6. I remember back we used to write blog articles. Remember them, Jay?
I vaguely remember something about writing a few blog articles. Hopefully mine have all been deleted, because I predicted some right nonsense.
Well, I wrote about, I think I called them the class of 2016. And I had Tim Fosu-Mensah, Axel Tuanzebe, Angel Gomez, Callum Gribbin, Marcus, and I think there might have been one more. Can't think who the other one was.
It won't have been Tahith Chong.
Who was it?
2016.
Callum Whelan, maybe?
Interesting one. Yeah.
So, and I think on Marcus, I said, I love his intensity. His pace is ridiculous. I just wanted to see him have a little bit more composure in front of goal. And I think I might have said, if he gets more composure, it's over. And then he breaks onto the scene, and like his first 6 months is just composure in a bottle. You know, he comes in, retires Di Michaelis, scores 4 in his first couple of games. He's scoring like, do you remember the unbelievable goal against West Ham in the Cup? He's scoring free kicks in the semi-final Europa League. You know, he's out here absolutely wrecking careers. And people are like, fucking composure, yeah. Shut up. No, he looked like the most composed player that's ever played in his opening days. But I think there was a little bit of that youthful exuberance. And I genuinely believe he had no fear when he broke into the team. And then when people get to know you a little bit more, I think you get more defensive responsibility, you get more tactics piled upon you, you have more expectation piled upon you. And then obviously he's had injuries, he's had different coaches asking him to do different things, not been plain sailing. But I think we are seeing what the potential was. And it's not even this season, it's since the World Cup.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Come back from the World Cup, gone. Southgate is a fucking widge, mate. Why did I bother going there? Why is he picking a guy that was at home watching EastEnders for half the week over me? Ridiculous. Watch this, you fucking cardigan wearing knob.
Honestly, it's still 5 minutes against France, Steve. 5 minutes.
About 56-minute mark was when he should have been introduced.
Yeah. What you doing? It's like you wanted to lose that game, you utter moron. Anything else you can gather from this game? I mean, we already knew Marcus was mid. It's not like that's new information. Do you look at it and you go, okay, I saw something there? Or do you think it's one of those because Palestri started, did okay? We know what the likes of Malacia and players like that are about. Sabitzer came on, I thought he did all right as well. But I don't think there was much you could garner where you go, I didn't know that before this game, and now it's, that's brought that to my attention.
No. I thought it was a professional performance. Like, Betis would have been absolutely climbing the walls in that changing room before the game. Got to start fast, got to get an early goal, got to get into them. Like, every single cliche that you've ever heard in Sunday League would have been, like, amplified and flung at them. And I thought they started the game with that level of intent. Hakeem went close, very close. Probably deserved a goal, that shot. Bit of a deflection, knocking it onto the post. If that goes in, I don't think you're sitting here talking about how easy it ended up being, but those are rubbing the game sometimes, aren't they? That goes for you, and some other things maybe don't go for you. But yeah, I thought, given the circumstances, we did rotate a little bit. I would have maybe liked us to rotate just that little bit heavier, but then you're getting into the territory of, if we start Palestri and Alanga, I mean, there's still no one to play as a striker outside of Weghorst. It's literally Weghorst. Come on down, lad. So what do? You just got to keep on plugging away, aren't you? But, another quarter-final on the way. Another one this weekend. 90 minutes away from Wembley. Get about an hour and a half away, 2, 3, 4, 27 hours away from it in the Europa League, however many games there is left in that. You just got to keep plugging away. I think this is a case now of get to the international break in as good a condition as possible. See who's maybe got a knock and can't go next week, and then just try and kick on again from that as we go forward. Just finally,
how do you see us this season finishing for United? Do you think we can add more silverware to the League Cup? Do you fancy us for it?
Yes. Yeah. I think one of the 2 cups. I think we'll fall short in one of them. Yeah. Weirdly, I think we'll fall short in the FA Cup, even though it's the easier run. You're talking like 3 matches to be taking it back home now, isn't it? So, 270 minutes, less than 300 minutes, we've got another trophy. Well achievable for us. Europa League, about another 44 games left, I think. But I weirdly think that we're going to win the Europa League and balls it up in the FA Cup. But that's not a bad season. Isn't that Jose? Where did Jose? Jose come 6th, get the League Cup and the Europa.
Jose gave up on the league in January, and he said so in his press conference. He was like, our way into the Champions League is the Europa League, and I'm focusing on that. And everyone was losing their mind because he was literally playing like, you talk about Phil Cimenta. I think he made one of his first appearances in ages in the league because Jose was just rotating in the league. and then go in with his strongest team in the Europa League. And to be fair to him, the nutty little madman that he is, it worked. So fair play to him. But yeah, I think I'm with you. I think we can add another bit of silverware. I mean, listen, we're still in, for 2 more trophies, and with Eric Ten Hag, you never know. But I think if we can lift 2 trophies this season and finish in the top 4 as well, then that's a very good season for me, a very positive one. Don't worry though, people. We'll be back to talking about the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon. Me and Steve will be back on the brew. So we'll be none of this modern football nonsense that you're hearing tonight. Steve, also, where can people find you? What else have you been up to?
I'd say go and have a look at Stretford Paddock FC, have a look at our last game. We had Wales captain Ashley Williams, or former Wales captain Ashley Williams, come and drop more F-bombs in his halftime team talk to the lads than I do, which I didn't think was possible. But it was like 3 F's a sentence. Impressive.
Is it like not good cop, bad cop, awful cop? Is that the sort of the?
No, I think we were both calm and positive, just very sweary in what we were saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't aggressive.
Right.
Although someone did tell us they were unsubscribing because of how aggressive we talked to them. So, I don't know, maybe just have a look at Stretford Paddock FC, have a look at the last game. I think it's called Best in the League was the last title. And you let me know. Was that aggressive enough to make you unsubscribe?
I mean, it must be fucking aggressive if it's people someone's unsubscribed. Someone who knows.
You make your mind up.
Who knows? Go and check that. We'll put a link in the description. You'll see me and Steve back on the brew tomorrow. Steve, always good chatting to you. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.